people above 30. What is something you regret doing or not doing when you were younger?
Standing up for myself. I lived way too long trying to make others happy and letting them manipulate me. My family used this to their advantage. I stopped it now, but I wish I had the backbone 20 years ago.
Taking care of my teeth. Going to the dentist for regular checkups would have done wonders to keep my teeth in better shape. It can get quite expensive if you ever get a crown or lose a tooth and then need an implant.
Not taking care of your health. If you are young and having back issues or any other chronic problem, you have to take care of this before it spirals out of control. You may think you're tough and push through it now, or that they will go away, but these types of problems can slowly get worse and creep up on you. I am currently living with the consequences of this. I feel like I am 90 and have at least 4 major health issues at the moment and don't know where to start. If I had tackled my neck issues when I was younger, my life would be a lot better right now. Not taking that trip. My friends and I talked about doing a 2 to 3 week Europe trip back in our 20s. Maybe next year turned into jobs, bills, and families, and eventually it never happened. Also, the trip you're willing to take at 23 can be much different than the one you'll want at 40. At 23, it's fun to stay in cheap hostels and take the 5 a.m. flight, so you stay up all night partying. As I've gotten older, I'm no longer charmed by big hostel dorms or the painful flight times, so the same trip now costs me quite a bit more.
Not taking my education seriously. Getting married so young. I'm getting divorced now, but I wish I had more single time in my 20s. Kind of the opposite of most people, but I wish I partied more. I worked all throughout college and didn't have the typical college experience of going to parties, drinking, whatever. I somewhat did that when I was 27 to 29, but that's all I got. By the time I was 30, I wanted to get it together, which I did. You should never compare yourself or your life to other people. But looking back, my 20s were generally pretty boring when you look at what most other people were doing at that time in their lives. When I was 30, I was married. We were in the process of moving. The wife had gone on ahead and I would be following in a month after finishing up my job. Everything was packed up and sent ahead. I was sleeping on an air mattress and had a lawn chair in the living room. No TV, no computer. My only entertainment was library books. So a few days before I was scheduled to leave, I just got so bored of reading library books that I decided to go out. I hit up a local bar, had a good time. I'd been talking to a couple of college girls, then one thing led to another, and they invited me back to their place for fun. And I thought to myself, there's no way the wife could ever find out. I'll be gone in 2 days, so there's no way that these girls would ever be able to track me down again. It's perfect. And then I turned them down, because I'm married and that means something to me. My marriage was worth more than a one-time fling. Anyway, long story short, 3 years later I was divorced after finding out that my wife had fun with 5 other men. I kind of regret my choice now.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave suggestions on what type of stories you want to hear next. Leaving a like and subscribing is greatly appreciated, as I'm just getting started.